This is day 7 of the Heart for Christmas. Thank you for tuning in. So, rhetorical question for you, because this is recording. But have you ever walked, say, blindly in the dark at nighttime, wandering through your house, only to run into something, like to stub your toe, step on a Lego, and find that it was extremely painful, and you had wished you had brought your cell phone flashlight, or if you're old school, a legit flashlight, because you wish you didn't have that pain that you do have now. And so, lesson learned, you realize, okay, next time I'm going to walk with some form of light, because it's much better to walk in light rather than in complete darkness. So you have some direction as to where to go or where not to go. And that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the light. So in John 1:4-9, it reads, "In him was life, and the life was the light of all mankind. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. There was a man sent from God whose name was John. He came as a witness to testify concerning that light, so that through him all might believe. He himself was not the light, he only came as a witness to the light. The true light that gives light to everyone was coming into the world." So we see that the word, which is actually just discussed a little bit before in this passage, is the source of life. And this life is the light for all mankind. So everybody, no one's excluded. And this light is, yes, physical, but it's actually also spiritual, which we'll touch a little bit more later. But we see that when the light meets the darkness cannot overpower. It doesn't even come close or comparison against the light, and always loses. The light always wins. So actually wanted to kind of see the physical aspect of what happens to a person when they live in total darkness. So actually science suggests that darkness can do all types of things to the human body and brain. It can make us more likely to lie, to cheat, to make mistakes at work, even see things that we normally don't see. Some people have said darkness is like a mirror. It shows us what we don't want to see. And then also it can basically contribute to a lot of illnesses, such as like diabetes, high blood pressure, tuberculosis. And basically, overall, everyone agrees that, yes, humans do need sunlight to survive. So if this is just the physicality, importance of us going or having light in our lives, how important do you think your spiritual life would be, or how important it is that we have light in our own spiritual life? And how would it be if we didn't? And if we didn't, I mean, there's a lot would go wrong, or a lot would be wrong, but to sum it up, we'd be lost sheep. And so that's why it's important that we have the light. In Psalms 119:05, it reads, "Your word is a light unto my path," or light into my feet, and a light unto my path. And the Bible is it's not just a book, but it's a roadmap, and it shows us how to follow Christ and how to lead others to him, like John. So in verse 7, John came as a witness to testify this light, so that all may believe. And so what can you take away from just this actual one single verse? And we can do the same. We can be a witness to testify about the light, so that all may believe. And your own lives, I know there's people who I will never come across that you do, and you can be this light to them, or show them and testify about this light. And so when I was reading this, it actually reminded me of the song Amazing Grace, and just the single verse that says, "I once was lost, but now I'm found." And I think this song is powerful in that we don't really know when we are in darkness. We don't really recognize it until we come to the light. We're exposed and we see all these things. We see our sin. We see how we fail. We see all these things that we thought we were just like, oh, I'm a good person. Nope, not when it comes to Jesus. We don't meet or surpass or even come near that standard. And we see, wow, like I was truly lost, and I didn't know that. Until you come to the Lord, you realize, but now I am found in him. And he gives us the Bible, the roadmap as to how to follow him, and a light to follow him. And so verse 9, last verse I'm going to read, it says, "The true light that gives light to everyone was coming into the world." And this is actually also not just spiritual, but physical. When Jesus was born in Matthew 2, the wise men followed the star to find Jesus. So we see even at his birth, he's leading people to him, which is amazing. And there's a star shining over him. And so I think, yeah, it's just that it's from day one, we see that Jesus was being a light to others and showing people how to come or to come to him. So one thing though is that Jesus is not limited to this physical light. He is coming as the light of the world to illuminate our hearts. Like a candle at night, he's going to reveal all that is in the darkness. And so this is the heart of Christmas, a light shining through darkness to lead others back to the Father. So I am praying for your hearts this Christmas, but I also ask that you join me and pray for those who are in the darkness now, that they may see the light of Christ one day and also be able to one day sing, I once was lost, but now I'm found. God bless.